Wow, and we can see that with these kind of, well, with clouds even that form. It doesn't always have to be big thunderstorms that create water spouts. They have an easier kind of getting going or transition and formation phase compared to tornadoes, which of course need severe thunderstorms. But in any case, we are looking at a quieter forecast for tonight. Our temperature around 84 right now at the airport. We do have 83 at downtown and at the lakefront. Belle Chase still stuck in the 80s, but our North Shore spots not so bad. And interestingly, we do have more wind coming along the south shore of Lake Pontchartrain, and notice our wind from the north. So that has brought our humidity down a touch. Our dew point is still 78, so it's still high, but you may have felt a little bit of movement in the air, and our temperatures were not quite as high as they could have been. In fact, 91 the high. That's 1 degree below average, actually. So we've had these subtle changes after this very weak front passed through. Overall, though, we're still looking for kind of typical August heat and some rain chances, too. This front will continue to stay just south of our coastline, it looks like, so we actually continue with fairly steady weather for the next several days. Tonight, North Shore lows about 75, south of the lake about 79 or 80. We'll have partly cloudy skies, somewhat humid feel, but again, not as oppressively muggy as maybe it could be at this point. Tomorrow, I have a 30% rain chance and highs about 92, so exactly average for this point at the start of August. And we could see a few spotty showers and storms mostly in the afternoon. So your Satchmo Summerfest forecast for tomorrow, you know what to expect. The heat and the chance of rain, although our chance of rain isn't really all that much, and that's over at the Jazz Museum at the Mint on the edge of the French Quarter on Esplanade there. Precision cast for tomorrow, you can see starts pretty quiet. This is by 10 a.m. Then in the afternoon, we get some showers and storms. Not everyone will see rain tomorrow. It looks like especially toward where that front will be located just south of our coastline. That's where we will see some of the rain or some of the heavier rain, I think. And then this is 6 p.m. We're wrapping up with any activity. Monday, just taking a peek ahead to the work and almost getting towards school week, right? 4 p.m. you can see we do have some scattered rain, especially again farther south toward the coast. And this will be the setup pretty much all week long. This front will stall. We'll have a little surface low right here off to the east of us. So actually that may pump in some more rain and some higher rain totals just to the east of us. But where we are, it's going to taper off, it looks like, pretty drastically. So near average heat and some rain, but you can see higher totals to the east in the reds. The blues are about 1 to 2 inches, and we're looking out for the next 5 days. So not really all that much rain expected, and even less the farther west you go toward Baton Rouge and Lafayette. Now in the tropics, the National Hurricane Center started highlighting today 2 different spots. Both of these have low chances of actually organizing, and interestingly, both of these areas may just stay out over water and never threaten land. This is one little spot off the coast of the Carolinas. There's an old front here, so this will be some low pressure, and it's moving east northeast, so out over the Atlantic. So not really a threat for land areas there. And there is another spot that has not emerged from Africa over the Atlantic just yet, but when it does, they've given it a 20% chance of development. So first you can see some atmospheric rotation here along that front, but then it kind of just gets elongated, and it doesn't look like that one will be able to probably develop. We'll keep an eye on it. And then here we have our next wave, which will be coming off the coast of Africa, getting over the Atlantic, but this one may get drawn to the north pretty early in the game and stay out over the ocean as opposed to barreling toward the Caribbean and potentially the Gulf. So we're not expecting any kind of threats from those 2 spots, but if they were to somehow develop, we would go to the name Dexter and then Errand and Fernand. But we aren't there yet. So we'll keep you updated on that, but nice to see a little bit of stirring, but still no threats for us here. So that's the important part, no threats here. That's the part that's nice to see. Our 7-day forecast continues almost completely average at this point in August. A rain chance about 30 or 40% each day, mostly in the afternoons, and high temperatures about 91 or 92. Keep in mind with the mugginess, could feel more like about 100 to 105.